This week on Just Jason Keto, we're making taco-inspired chaffles. So let's get started. What's up everyone? Just Jason here. Welcome to another chaffle recipe. This week we're going to make sort of a taco-inspired chaffle. We're going to start off with 2 eggs. I've got 2/3 of a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese here. I've got a tablespoon or so of mascarpone cheese, just to add some creaminess to these chaffles. About 2.5 tablespoons of pre-cooked ground beef, and then I've got a heaping teaspoon of this taco seasoning that I made just from scratch at home here kind of thing. I was talking to Tiffany at Canadian Family Life, and she inspired me to sort of make my own taco seasoning. It's just salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, chili powder, cumin, paprika, and oregano. So super simple. It's not my recipe by any means. I just went online and found a basic taco seasoning recipe. So pretty much just trying to get some taco flavoring in these chaffles this week. So we'll get set up and we'll start mixing these together. Okay, so I've got my 2 large eggs mixed up here. Again, we're going to use 2 eggs because we're adding more ingredients like the ground beef and the mascarpone cheese. It just helps build some volume in the chaffles. With 1 egg, it'd be a little dry. So first thing we're going to do is add in our mozzarella cheese that I chopped up even finer than normal. I find the smaller the shred on your cheese, the better it mixes in as a chaffle mix. So that's why I do that. Makes it pretty quick to mix together as well. So we've got that mixed in there. So next thing we'll do is add the mascarpone cheese. And this part takes a little bit of time to get it mixed in, but just take your time and keep mixing, and sooner or later it will all incorporate in with your egg and cheese. Again, this will just give it some more body to the chaffles kind of thing. I'm definitely enjoying mascarpone cheese as a chaffle ingredient as a whole. You know, definitely not required for this kind of chaffle, but I'm always looking to add some nice flavor and texture to the chaffles. So we got that pretty much mixed in. So next thing we'll do is we'll add in our pre-cooked ground beef here. I like to cook up ground beef at least once a week to have on hand for quick meals if I need them. And I've used ground beef and chaffles before, and it does well as an ingredient. So I don't see why this wouldn't be would be any different. So we'll get our ground beef in there, and it won't take much to mix that. And then again, this is the teaspoon of the chili taco seasoning that we made up. So we'll get that all well mixed in here. Now this is looking like enough mix to probably make at least 3 chaffles, possibly 4, but we'll see what happens when we start cooking them. Again, all we really want to do is make sure we've got all those ingredients well incorporated, which I think we're pretty much there. So what we'll do is we'll get the dash minis warmed up and we'll start cooking these taco chaffles. So looks like our 2 dash minis are warmed up here. So get these opened up, start loading up these chaffles. So we'll get the first one down here. I think this mix turned out really nice. I like the consistency of it. Should cook up quite well. Just want to make sure we don't put too much in there. Wind up leaking out the sides. That looks good. So we'll close that first one up. And while I'm putting this second one together, if you enjoy these chaffle recipes, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Be really appreciated. I try and put out new chaffle recipes every week, and I do like getting suggestions from everyone as to what they would do with their chaffles. So we'll close that up and we'll be back in 4 to 5 minutes and see how these turned out. Okay, I think our first 2 chaffles are done. The steam has stopped coming out of the Dash Minis. They look really good. Nice and golden brown. It smells amazing in here. Smells like tacos for sure. So there's that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set these aside on a wire rack to cool for a little bit while we make the other ones. And we'll get these, the last chaffle in here. I'm not sure we're gonna get 4 out of it, but we'll definitely get 3. So we'll get this one loaded up here. Looks good. So we'll close that up and we'll be back when this last chaffle is cooked. Well, looks like our mix gave us 3 chaffles this week. Like the way they turned out. They're not crispy by any means. They're nice and soft, but that's fine. That's what I was going for. Really nice color, and the smell was definitely smells like tacos. So let's check this out. We'll give it a pull. Not too much of a cheese pull, but that's fine. I think that's because we're shredding up the mozzarella cheese and we're using the mascarpone in there as well. So let's give this a try, see how they turned out. Yep, really nice taco flavor to those chaffles. Great texture. Now these, you could add some sour cream to these if you wanted to. There's probably lots of other ingredients you could put in with these. I'd love to hear what you would add to your taco chaffles down below. But yeah, happy with how these turned out. Thanks to Tiffany at Canadian Family Life for another inspiration as far as coming up with different chaffles. Like I said before, we try and come up with a new recipe every week until we run out of recipes, I guess. So that's about it for this week. Again, leave a comment down below, hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you next week for another recipe. Keep on thriving, my friends.